What's up, everybody? I am Donnie from the Dickie and Donny Show, presented by Business on Purpose. Again, I am Donnie, and this is Dickie, and we are here to liberate you and your friends' kids that are in college from chaos. That's right. Hashtag the North Greenville boys, hashtag the Ole Miss boys,
Points.
and hashtag the Clemson Tigers for not firing Dabo yet, even though it's
Woo!
rough. It's rough. I'll tell you
What
what.
happened in football
I
land
lear
this
I
weekend? I
learned
don't
a
really.
lot. I know Tennessee lost. I know Michigan scraped by with a win against the Boilermakers. Boiler up, hammer down.
Mhm.
Biggest drum in the nation. I think. What else happened?
I mean, I've
Uh,
got a world-class team I cheer for. They've got a eight-time, seven-time Super Bowl winning coach, and we just won against Syracuse. So, I mean, I
yes, you
think
did. First ACC
Carolina's on
win
a.
for the big man, if I remember correctly. We only have two undefeated teams left in the nation: Ohio State and Indiana. Who's yours? Who's your daddy?
So,
And then it was Georgia Tech, but they lost this week. So
okay. So
that's
you've got
something.
we've got two coaches here in our office. One of them's a Nittany Lion and one of them's a Buckeye. And so I might have been on a text thread and I kind of exited that text thread. It got a little
Yes,
heated this morning and I
sure.
just thought I don't think I want to be a part of this negativity.
I'm sure
It
it
was
got heated. I'll say this is that when I got married to a woman who grew up with Clemson season tickets, that was like an automatic because growing up in Indiana, I had Purdue and IU. Dad was an IU grad, played in the marching band to where I get my athleticism. Mom was a Purdue grad, bookworm, all that jazz. So I never had a clear who to cheer for because they were against each other. So I actually grew up cheering for the Miami Hurricanes. Mr. 305, because in the game on the GameCube, NCAA 2006,
Hmm.
their cornerback, number six, was a 99 speed. So I'd start depth chart, edit depth chart, go find cornerback number six, cornerback, put him at quarterback because their running
And then
back was a 98
just
speed,
draw
and
it every time.
run a
Oh
speed
wow.
option with a 99 cornerback, and he was athletic enough to pitch it with a quarter or with a running back who was at 98 speed. And I loved the Hurricanes. The
Dude,
U invented swagger.
next level hacking of
That's
video games.
that's right. Well, I had to because I had an older brother who was borderline abusive, and if I was winning, the GameCube got shut off and I got
Hmm.
punched. So
Hmm.
I had to lose till the very last second if I ever wanted to win. Because if I was up in the first quarter, it was restarting.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if he ever got, so I had to wait till the very last play to try to win. So I had to have some stuff up my sleeve, and I'd press start, and back then you're both playing, right? And he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." Like hitting
So
the sticks. So
I don't know if you noticed that I edited my Dickie and Donnie picture you sent me.
what? Dickie, that's amazing. Did you do that with pen or is that like a cat's
Dude,
tail? Rabbit's foot?
Straight up Sharpie, bro.
Actually?
I mean, I drew it on a note card and taped it.
Oh, I was gonna say, what if you
No,
shave it? Then we're screwed
no.
with that. You
So I
gotta
put the mustache. If you're listening online and you can't see the YouTube, I put a little note card mustache on that I'm wearing, and I'm going to see how long it takes the team to notice in about an hour. We can jump on this next meeting. Donnie and I like to have a little fun in the office. We like to ruffle some feathers and I don't know, just keep it light. World's hard enough. We got to do some fun things with mustaches and
world is very hard.
be kind of weird. Yeah. So, Donnie, what are we talking about today? We're talking about Dickie and Donnie sheds and really riveting start to our master process roadmap, getting our processes clarified and getting some movement in what it means to run our business.
That's right. And if you remember from last week, the intention is to build this business like in front of y'all because Dickie nor I have ever started a business. Like we've never ran one. And I think we've both been key leaders at different times at different things. I know you ran a nonprofit and there's some of that, but we want to walk you through this, which we made a point last time. The overwhelming majority of what we see is from a startup. We don't really work with startups, but if we get in front of them, well, I made this awesome logo. I know exactly what my product's going to be, and I have a sweet website. And you're like, great, how's the business? And they're like, what do you mean? I have a sweet website and a sweet logo. You're like, well, how are the sales? What do you mean? I have a sweet website and a sweet logo. So we have intentionally stayed away from those, and we're not going to get a website yet. We're not going to go out and start telling people actually selling sheds because we don't have any process. So we are starting where a lot of people find years later that they've failed, which is with process. So we do need to create a TikTok account only to help capture this and get us on
True.
some other things. We
That's
do need
true.
to
We
do
are
that.
we are going to do this live, and just a little correction. I did start that nonprofit, so I have started something.
Yes, you
I
did
mean,
start a nonprofit. I
I
realized
would
that
like to
halfway
have a little
through.
credit for my over a decade of service in the nonprofit
Yeah.
world.
Well,
But
for someone who started a nonprofit, why did you not finish with that nonprofit? Like what
we
happened there?
had a great experience. Just was ready to transition a couple years ago, and it was just the right timing.
Okay.
So, yeah, the coaching. Well, I had a couple years between coaching and the nonprofit, so I did my weird quantitative analysis, financial algorithm building, and it was very,
Sure.
very opposite of what we do now. So, yeah, thanks for putting that mustache on there. That looks fantastic. Oh yeah, it's hard to see that on the Zoom, but I appreciate the accuracy of your Dickie pick.
What?
It's a Dickie pick, a picture of Dickie. There it is. Okay, so now it's on the TV. That is freaking legendary. Love
So
it. All
I
right,
want to
so
go on the record and say that I was not a part in any way of Dickie pick. I just like want to throw that out there. I spit everywhere. It's a theme today. Okay,
so
so
processes.
processes.
Yes.
Yes. Uh,
Um, as you said,
as you said, it's one of my favorite things to do. It ticks my 4-year-old off. He used to think it was
oh,
funny. Now it infuriates him.
it ticks this 43-year-old off. So
43?
I
When did you
think
graduate high school?
I turned 43 next year. Yeah, I'm almost
When did
43.
you graduate high school?
2001. Oh, 01, baby.
Okay, so I was wrapping up my first grade year with Miss Platt.
Mm, what a legendary year with
I
Miss
was
Platt.
morbidly obese at that point.
Were you?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yes.
Really?
Shawn. Dickie.
Oh man, this
Oh,
is a
dude.
wild experience of this podcast.
Yes.
Where are we going with this podcast?
I know where I'm gonna try to yeah, I was yeah, I
Uh,
had some
Okay, well, you pull that pick up, and I'll talk about process. We have had a couple of requests to build sheds in our recent podcast. We just announced this, and in the most risk-aware way, we have decided not to fulfill some orders that have come through because number one, we have no idea what we're doing yet. And so it would be really ludicrous of us to say, yeah, we'll build you a shed, we'll drop ship it, we'll get this
yeah.
ready when we haven't built our processes. And so we don't want to give a sour experience to our first customers.
Yeah. And I would say, I think we have enough skill set to make it happen. Could we drop ship someone a shed? I think we could figure it out. So even in that, we could probably go generate revenue right now with sheds. The amount of people, I'm not even joking. I'm not talking hundreds, but over a dozen people have now brought it up to me of like, I really do want a shed. So I'm like, we could go drum this up, but there's an intentionality around like
Is there such a thing as negative revenue? Revenue that comes in that's
debt,
positive, that's money. No. Positive money that's negative for the business. It's not helpful for the business. Maybe we should coin that term.
negative revenue. I would say
Negative
any
revenue.
revenue generated without you having the structure to support it. Like, and we'd have to build that out. But I would say if you bank accounts are not subdivided, like I would argue there's some of that revenue is negative revenue because you do not know where it's going.
Hmm.
So do I spend the 5 hours this week to set up my financial dashboards, or do I spend the 5 hours this week to go get that one more remodel for $50,000? Like I would argue if that's how your 5 hours is spent there, that could be negative revenue. Well, neg
Negative
rev.
for the business. Neg rev. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to pull up our master process here, and we've got our original MPR that Donnie and I started. Real
Yeah.
happy about this progress. And so if you look in our sales pipeline, our sales system, we've got 6 steps: lead entry, initial qualification, site visit, nurturing, contract, and onboarding. And all 6 of those steps were built on this podcast about 4 or 5 months ago. We did a
Season one had to be
season
season one.
sales system, and we continue to use these. So last week we looked at the initial qualifications questions and how we built this spreadsheet to track who's coming through, where are they, did we answer their questions, what's their application, do they require any sort of mechanicals, and then we're going to look at site visit today. So our third part of the sales system: lead, qualification, and site visit. And so we want to talk through our site visit process, what sets us apart, and how we assess a need and get our shed into preparatory stages.
That's a good question. Let's play this out this way. Because again, like this is not prepped. This is us answering this question for the first time. So, Dickie, I am a homeowner. I want a
Okay.
shed. You walk
Okay.
up, walk through some questions. I'll tell you, like, you know, are we assuming that we have the initial questionnaire filled out? So I know
Yeah,
you're
so
looking
we've
for a
we've
she
got
shed.
this. So let me get your initial questionnaire filled out.
Okay, great.
Are you doing a she shed, a sweat deck? Are you doing a lawnmower shed or a He-Man office? Which of your
Yeah,
are four
this is
products?
so I'm in the low country of South Carolina, which is overrun with humidity, and I want just outdoor storage to get things that don't require temperature control out of my garage. So more of the outdoor equipment.
And even I'm thinking as we're talking about this, I want to have 4 or 5 designs that are ready to go. She shed, sweat deck, outdoor, He-Man office. I'd love to have those on our master process with plans and designs
Sure.
and look.
Sure. You
So
want to
I'm
add
I'm
them
just
somewhere?
yeah, designs. I'm gonna put that here in our manufacturing.
Okay.
Shed. Oh, we have shed designs. I guess I wanted all of them. Okay, we've got that there. All right, so you want an outdoor equipment shed. What's your ideal shed footprint? What size?
I'm thinking with the coordination of my yard, and I would actually take your expertise in this. To me, like an 8 by 10 seems about as small as I'd be willing to go.
Okay.
I think you could get me on a bigger one if y'all have kind of a mapped out shed. I'd like to see what it looks like, but I would like the freedom to have some shelving go on so I could store like ant killer, right? Wasp spray type stuff. But I also on one side would like to be able to relatively organize. Again, I don't have a stuff problem, it's a storage problem. So my stand up rakes, weed eaters, shovels, all that type of stuff. So I would think an
Excellent.
8 by 10 would be a pretty cramped. I have a push mower with a 30-inch deck. I would like to be able to store in there with some gas tanks, and then the
Wait a minute.
rest.
You got a 30-inch deck push mower?
Hmm.
That's a large one.
It's depends on perspective. I would argue when it comes to size.
Is that the normal size of a lawnmower? I thought 30 was
No,
pretty.
it's not.
No, I
No,
was
it's
thinking
not.
mine's like
It's
22-inch blade.
yeah, that's what you would argue is standard. It's I have a Toro 30-inch self-propelled mower. I have this one. So it's wider than normal. It's great. Freaking monster.
You know what? I'm going to tell you a little story about Dickie. Dickie has never bought a lawnmower.
Interesting.
First house, my dad gave me his old snapper. He didn't need it anymore. That got stolen.
My first mower was a snapper with the square
Snapper was
steering wheel.
freaking legendary. Snapper
It's-
got stolen off my patio. Then an old neighbor in Raleigh gave me a Craftsman, and I
Sure.
hauled it from Raleigh 3 hours with gas smell everywhere. I was like, free mower in. Then my grandpa died, popped out, or they were transitioning out of their old house. He
Sure.
was 85, gave me his lawnmower. My father-in-law just moved into a new place, and he didn't need his lawnmower. So I've owned houses for 20 something years and never bought a mower, and it's like a badge of honor for me.
Dude, good for you. I think I could say I've never bought one either. I have been in home ownership since 2017.
Okay.
So 8 years now of
But
different types.
seeing that 30-inch blade really makes me think I need that mower. I
How
mean,
big's your lawn? What are we doing? These are all, you should be asking me. Yeah. Anyway, I have a 30-inch deck I
I'm
need to
building
store in this
rapport.
shed.
This is how I engage
You
my
nailed it.
clients. Dude,
Nailed it. Yeah. So I've had mine is probably 4/10 of an acre, right? Bluffton is just
okay.
hard
That's
to
a good
find land.
size. That's a good size.
It takes me an hour to mow, edge, trim, and blow.
Okay. Do you require HVAC in your outdoor
No,
equipment shed?
I don't need it for this one. No.
And do you need electricity?
It would be nice to have the ability to have like some my leaf blowers battery powered. I'd love to be able to keep the charger out of my
Okay.
yeah, I would love to have it.
It's a nice to have. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, we're going to go
And
to this.
extra needs, just
Mhm.
because I'm looking at it, extra needs, and I don't know where you put shelving.
I put that
You
here.
put what do you need to store? Yeah, so maybe not extra needs. Oh, a ramp for my mower, like just the ability. And I don't know if your shed sit flush to the ground, but some way to just push my mower up a little bit. It's pretty heavy. I actually, when I was teaching in the summer, I picked up 6 to 8 lawns in my neighborhood, $50 a pop, and I had a buddy that I would go mow them. I'd tell him which day I mowed them, and he'd just go weed eat them in like 2 minutes because they were small lawns, and I'd give him $10. So I made $40 a lawn,
Killer.
and I could do about 8 lawns in 3 hours, and it was
Okay.
it's pretty nice.
Does your
So
land need clearing where the shed's going to go?
the only thing I could see is depending on how they bring it in, I have a fence with a 5 foot gate.
Okay.
So if they install a fully built shed, maybe have to do something with the fence.
Fence, 4 gate. All right. And then what about, is it sloped? Is it on a
No,
slope or is it pretty
no,
flat? Flat.
pretty
Excellent.
flat.
Okay.
I can't say that you wouldn't need to like level it out a little bit, but it's not sloped.
Okay. So we're going to go assess your site for a shed. I'm going to show up. I'd like to put some prepare questions here. I don't, as a sales agent, as somebody who sells a Dickie shed or Donny shed. So as I'm thinking about this, maybe we need names for our shed, the Dickie shed, the Donny shed.
Yes.
Yeah, every shed has a certain so as I go to this site, I'm a Dickie salesman. I'm showing a Dickie shed. I need to prepare it for this ahead of time, and I need to teach my people how to prepare for site visit. Before I even go on site, it's not really good for me to show up cold. If I show up cold and I haven't read your initial qualifications, if I haven't, so as I read initial qualifications,
Yeah, it's great.
review Google Map of the address.
That's
What
great.
what else do I need to do as
I would
a
even say and this is me thinking out loud. That's what we're both doing. Like, probably equip them with an iPad where they can pull it up and have like a screenshot of it, so that
okay?
as they're in the backyard, or mine would be in the backyard, right? As they're in my backyard, they would be able to look at the image that they in their head had mapped out versus what is real. But
Okay.
just be ready with that. I think is great.
Okay. Read the initial qualifications, review Google Map of the thing, and screenshot it. And what I can do here is I can just insert some checkboxes. And every time we go through, we can see how our sales guys are doing. Boom, there we go. All right. Then
I
after we've
love it.
actually got the site visit that happens. And what's our process for being on site? Let's say
You tell me. You knock on my door.
show up 5 minutes early.
Oh, do we probably have a level of, hey, I'll be there in 10. Like,
Okay.
communicate the morning of, hey, your site visit, or I'm going to be coming out there today. It'll be between the times of 10 and noon. You'll get a 15-minute or a 30-minute reminder from, that way. Like, I know with my wife, with our kids and nap schedules, and if she has to
Yep.
run out real quick, do we leave our dog out in the house? Do we put, all the little
Okay.
things of
Send a 30-minute reminder text to the client, show up 5 minutes early, look presentable, and then we can actually link what presentable is to our expected picture of what a Dickie and Donny salesman looks like.
Is that on the master process roadmap,
It sh-
presentability or
it should
dress?
be. Dress code, yeah.
Yep, perfect.
Admin, dress code. We want to be clear about Dickie and Donny are sharp, man. Ready to go.
Sharp.
Okay, then what are we gonna do? Hey, my name is Dickie, and I'm part of Dickie and Donny Sheds. Our passion, our love, is to realize that you don't have a stuff problem, you've got a storage problem, and we're here to solve that. So thanks for inviting us in.
Yeah.
How does
And
that
I would
sound?
say something along the lines of like leverage the initial qualification of, hey, I got your qualification. Just want to confirm like what we're looking at today is a shed to help store some of your lawn equipment in the backyard. Is that I just want to make sure that I'm on top of my game. Is that what we're looking at
Great.
today?
This is what you want. We want to get you what you want. And what are your obstacles? Do you want to start asking obstacles, or do you just want to take a look at the site and
No,
offer?
I think it's awesome. Well, hey, why don't like this is the way we love to do it. And I think we assume the close. This is what we do. Even if it's your first time, it's just like this is what we do. Hey, well, I'd love to go get a look. Do you mind walking me? Where are you thinking of having this shed? So
Okay.
walks you in. And I think this is where if she's like, yeah, just come on with me, like wherever she wants, you go in the house, go in the house. If she asks you for a drink, I actually think it's nice to like if we offer someone a drink and they're like, I'm okay. If someone's like, actually a bottle of water would be awesome, that like means a lot to me. So
Okay.
don't be afraid to engage with the client, or hey, I love the neighborhood, or hey, I've never been back here. I get that a lot. Our neighborhood's kind of hidden away. But yeah, just be engaging with the client. And then I think go visit the site, like actually
Great.
start looking at it and have your iPad or whatnot
Great.
with the image kind of ready. And I think leverage the walk. I did this with one of my old, when I would interview a lot of people, is we'd meet them at one spot and interview them at another. And we had to
Okay.
walk through college campuses. And that walk was highly intentional because we
Oh,
like, how
yeah.
do they just talk? How do they engage? Now we were hiring them for relational positions. This would be different, but don't just walk quietly. Ask them questions. Hey, if I'm
Love it.
looking at this correctly, like we're just trying to get some stuff out of your garage, right? Like engage with them while you're walking to the spot.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Then we're
Um,
going to look at the spot to say what's the maximum size shed we can fit. Um,
Prepare for the site. I would add, sorry, Dickie, like make sure you have like a tape measure and
okay.
probably something to write with, whether that's an iPad with a pen, where it's the technology, or whether it's a pad of paper. But we need to have some way to document everything we think through and talk through with the client.
Okay. I'll put that
Tape
in the
measure,
prepare.
paper, pen, all that stuff. Yeah,
Paper, pen, iPad. Wonderful. Again, we're overemphasizing these things in every visit to make sure our process is tight.
that's right.
Um, will level adjustments and footings be required? I guess we'll always need footings, but you know, will
Yeah,
some
and I
sort of
think the
leveling be required?
mentality, one of my clients does with this, guys, and I've actually started using it with all of the clients I coach, is like if they're worried, like there are no problems. You are hiring us to fix your problems. So to us, they're not problems. So yeah, we can do it.
Yep.
We can absolutely do it. Hey, is this slope going to be is this route going to be a problem? Hey, you think it would fit in this angle? Like, yeah, we'll make it happen. We will absolutely
Mm,
make it happen.
okay, great.
Um,
Site visit. Okay. And then once we have our information, we know the size, we know the scope, we've taken pictures. Have I taken at least 20 pictures?
Yeah, something, right? And I think pictures from every angle, because I think the way the filter, Dickie, is
Hmm.
if, let's say we have people that are a sales rep for us, you and me need to be able to look at the pictures and know exactly the
Yes.
terrain. Like we need to be able
Yes.
to answer every question we have about the actual location with
Right.
pictures.
That's right. As this handoff goes from sales to production,
Right.
absolutely. Okay.
For
All
the
right.
sake of time, I
Yep.
would say, because I think what we can do next is I would hear you if you disagree with this. If I have someone like when they quoted me my fence, I thought the guy was really professional. In our line of work, we're pretty good at like being able to assess quickly when a business owner's in front of you, of like, yeah, you're not taking notes. You didn't answer that well. You didn't, and it's kind of a curse in some ways. When they're like, "Hey, I'm going to go back to my truck. I'm going to get you a quote before I leave today, but I just got to go. I got to go put all this data into our database, and I'll
Okay.
be able to get you a quote. So, is it okay if I knock on your door here in a few?" I don't know why I love that, and
Okay.
we're going to know. Basically, they already have the quote for the shed, and all we need to do is be able to assess getting it there. So, okay, with the shipping and all that, but how many footers do we need? Are we going to need some dirt to level this? Are we going to need to pour concrete? Or are we, you name it? Those are all the things they're going to go back and add into the quote.
So we'll get the quote, we'll thank them, and then we're going to do an after the meeting checklist, and we'll talk
Yeah.
about that next time.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Um, I think that like we're going to do it a couple times and realize we need more, but for now, I love it.
Love it. Well, great work, Donnie. This was a good episode and kind of want to try this, test this process, see how it works, and then we'll keep on building it. But if you have
Yeah.
any questions about building sales processes and pipelines and funnels, we love doing that here at Business on Purpose. You can check out our work at businessonpurpose.com. And as always, the Dickie and Donny Show releasing every Friday-ish afternoon, thanks to our lovely content editor, Devin. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week.
That's right. One thing I'm thinking of too, while it's on my head, we need to be able, or we need to try to build this to where we could do a FaceTime appointment. Like,
Mhm.
hey, I can't make it out till Friday, but I do have 30 minutes this afternoon that I could FaceTime. Do you mind jumping on a FaceTime and walking me through what you're thinking? And if we could do 90% of this, like
I wonder if this initial question say, can you video the site and walk around the site and send us a video? And that will be on the Google form.
maybe we cut off like 5% if they do that. Like we'll have to think through it, but if that saves us the time of driving out and doing all that, like
Yeah.
there's something to think through there. All right.
Love that.
I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.